Hey guys, Dave here. It's been a while since we've been on this channel, so hi, I guess. Not talking about wrestling or Football Manager or a podcast. So I want to try and do a bit more content for my channel because I just have neglected it. So for the 320 people that have still subscribed and are really confused now that there's a Pokemon video, let's get on with it. So it's been a while, so I'm going to start with a statement here, and the statement is that I love Pokemon Legends Arceus. And I just wanted to do a video, so I got some new recording equipment. So the footage you're seeing is me. It's post game, but it's not really any spoilers. It's just kind of me wandering around, catching and failing at stuff. So let's go with that. So I've played Pokemon Legends over the holidays last year, so like New Year 2023, which is quite a while after launch. But at the time of the launch, I went through quite a big breakup, and life just wasn't good. I wasn't really gaming. I started seeing someone else, and we were going on holidays, and I had to move back home, and I just didn't get a chance. I just didn't get a chance to play games, which is why there isn't a lot of videos on this channel. And if you watched the Save Slot 3 channel, you'll know that the podcast is just kind of been me playing the same old games. So this Christmas I got a bit of a second wind with gaming, and sometimes it's nice to take some time off, right? So I got into Pokemon Legends. And I just wanted to talk about how much I really enjoyed it, because it shouldn't really be a surprise if you've ever talked to me or you've ever watched any of the shows to know that I like Pokemon. I grew up Pokemon. I was born in 1990, so I was the perfect age for Pokemon Red and Blue and the anime and the trading card game all the way through. I was the perfect age. I grew up straight with it. I was there. I was there on day one, and it's just continued. It's one of those franchises. Every time one comes out, I always go, well, do I want to play it? And then I do, and I enjoy it, and it tends to be probably my favorite game of the year it came out. I gave Pokemon Scarlet my game of the year on the podcast, which is funny now because this would definitely get that, but like I said, I didn't really play it at the time. So why do I love Pokemon Legends so much? So what I really like about it is that it takes the traditional collect them all, catch them all sort of Pokemon systems, the simple turn-based RPG system, and then it just kind of combines it with Monster Hunter and Breath of the Wild. So it's each of the areas are like instanced areas, kind of like Monster Hunter, and it's all about building your equipment on the side, like on the fly, and then dodging out of the way of Pokemon that attack you, and then using your Pokemon to battle them, and then sneaking around and catching. And it's just a really, really satisfying gameplay loop that they've never tried before. And it just feels like a breath of fresh air, which is really difficult to say quickly, but I just really enjoyed it, and I just love being able to sort of stroll around this Pokemon world that feels really lived in, and battle these Pokemon. Pokemon are scary creatures to the characters in this game. We don't live in harmony with Pokemon because this is set in the past, and I really like that. I think that's really cool, and I really hope they revisit this hopefully soon. But also one of my favourite things about the whole game is the quest structure and the NPCs. So you only have Jubilife Village, so you only have one town. So I think on paper, when you hear a Pokemon game's got one town, you think, oh, well that's if you've got to do everything in that town, that's not fun. Games, so say Phantom Hourglass has the tower, right? That one tower you always go to in Zelda, and that's not fun. And Persona 3 has the one tower, and that's not fun. But the one town in Pokemon Legends Arceus is really good because they've really fleshed it all out. So every NPC feels like a character, because almost all those characters have a side quest, and it's a personal side quest, and you associate, it's the Bidoof lady, it's the farmers, it's the hairdressing person, all these things flesh out this one village, so it feels like a really super lived in village. And throughout the game, because you come in as an outsider, and they're quite hostile to you, which is really strange for a Pokemon game. It's all fun, loving, good times, but everyone's quite hostile towards you, and as the game goes, you feel attached, you feel really attached, and you want them all to survive the incoming doom or whatever of the game. I'm not going to spoil the game here, and I really like that. Again, it's a really sort of rare thing for Pokemon games, especially even Nintendo games. Really, I think Breath of the Wild kind of did this quite well as well, because there's not very many villages in Breath of the Wild, but again, each of them feel very lived in. And to have that in a Pokemon game, I think is really cool. Now, do I wish there was a couple of villages? I do, but this is it feels like a proof of concept game. There's only 250 Pokemon, which again I like because it means you can actually catch them all and it's quite obtainable. I really like the Pokedex that's in this, because you have to do things other than just leveling up Pokemon and catching Pokemon. You have to like do specific things to get their data filled out, which I really enjoy. And you can see in the video I'm showing, like I'm trying to use Quillfish, because if you use Bar Barrage, you fill out one of its slots, and then that makes you be able to evolve it and all this kind of stuff, which I really enjoy the sort of systems they've added to this. I enjoy the agile and strong mechanic. I enjoy that you pick when they evolve. It just says it can, and then you can. I love that you can change the whole moveset. Oh, just good stuff. One other thing to talk about as well, the main story is actually really good. I think some people are always a bit, I don't know what they expect. I don't know if they're expecting this to be Xenoblade, which it's not, but I really like the main story, and I love the post game. I think the post game is really, really good, because it really makes you want to catch them all, and once you catch them all, cool stuff happens. It's one of those things that's very satisfying to do it, which I haven't actually completely done yet. I'm just going off of what I've watched some people do it, and I'm not far. Like this is a slightly older save, because I just didn't want to show where I'm up to basically, but it's the most I've ever wanted to do it since probably Pokemon Gold and Silver when I was like 12. So it's like to be able to want to do it and it be attainable. It's not 1,000 Pokemon, it's 250 odd. I really, really, really appreciate, and I just think it's a good game for that. For what you want, if you don't have all of the time in the world. Like I've put like 40-50 hours into this, but it's over a period of 3 months. It's playing in bed. It works really well in handheld. It works really well buttoned up on the TV as well. I personally don't think it's an ugly game. I can get why people do feel that, but on an OLED, on a 7.4-inch OLED, it looks amazing. Never had any issues with how it runs, especially compared to Scarlet and Violet. I get there's a bit of pop in, but I think it's fine. I think people will nitpick either way, and if graphics is what is all you play games for, then that's fine. But I think if you're playing a Pokemon game, it's more than serviceable. Like it doesn't. I think this runs at a pretty solid 30. That's fine. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I think I love the Hisuian designs. Like I love, obviously we've got here Typhlosion. It's just Ghost Fire because it's a Hisuian one, and the Growlithe and the Weirdeer and stuff. I think they're really cool sort of offshoots, and they've done a really good job of that in recent years. I quite like the Scarlet and Violet's futuristic and past versions of Pokemon. I think they did a really good job of that, and I think it's a Aloha, isn't it? I think it was Sun and Moon they started doing that, and I really like that. I think it's a really nostalgic-y way to sort of reinvent good Pokemon design, because the older ones are just better designed. So to have a new type of Vulpix, which is one of your favorite Pokemon anyway, I think it's really cool. But yeah, I mean, I could literally sit here and just say this game is great for another 10 minutes, but I won't. So that is my little review of Pokemon Legends. I think it is both a wholly unique Pokemon game and a love letter to fans of the past games. I think you can enjoy this as a newcomer, and I think you can really enjoy this as a returning player. And I think if you have a Switch and you haven't played Pokemon Legends because maybe you weren't sure what it was, or you're a little bit worried about the performance, I would say do it. I think it's a really, really great game. I think it's a really, really great standalone and unique game, which there isn't a lot of those type of games, especially in the Pokemon series, to be honest with you. But I think this is I think it's a really good game to start with as well. So if you've somehow never played a Pokemon game and you have a Switch and you enjoyed Breath of the Wild, or you enjoyed Monster Hunter, and you're like, I just want to play something a little bit different that isn't super full on, like I really recommend Pokemon Legends. But yeah, that's my little Pokemon Legends video. If you would like more of these rambling review videos from me, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. If you've played Pokemon Legends, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the game. And if you haven't played, are you interested in playing? I'd love to hear what people think. But yeah, until the next time, I'll see you around.